Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another edition of War Notes, another radio broadcast. I am Paviel G, your host. I thank you all for being here. We got a lot to cover tonight. SNAP benefit updates to important policy shifts, and we will break it all down for you. But of course, it is Saturday night, so we will end with just a little bit of fun, some horoscopes for the night to tell you what the stars have in store for you, right? So, all right. So France is preparing for war as well. We're going to talk about that too as well. As of right now, current headlines that are important for you as well as anybody, government shutdown concerns. Well, I'll go into real quick. So there's a lot going on, you guys. There's a lot going on. Now, as my latest right now, I have for SNAP benefits and food insecurity updates as far as what I have right now. As we know, millions of Americans are feeling the strain, of course, as the SNAP benefit, also known as Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, that benefit, food benefit, it faces further cuts, okay? This particularly concerning, of course, as food prices do remain high. Over 40 million Americans rely on SNAP benefits right now, as you all know, and the reduction in aid means that many households may struggle to put food on the table, of course. Food insecurity, of course, is one of the top issues in many cities right now, with nonprofits working overtime to fill the gap. So if you or someone that you know is struggling, local food banks and community centers are key places to turn for assistance right now. In regards to Social Security benefits and those increases, on a more positive note for seniors, the Social Security Administration has announced a significant increase in benefits for 2026 following a cost of living adjustment. While the increase is certainly welcome, some experts warn that inflation continues to outpace these gains. For many retirees, this increase is a lifeline, but it remains a delicate balance as living costs do climb. Now, on the economic outlook, okay, we're going to quickly talk about inflation and job market just so you all have the latest. The economic news tonight includes some mixed signals, of course. The job market remains resilient with unemployment at historic lows, supposedly, but in reality, we know that a lot of folks are getting fired and they're losing their jobs, right? Inflation, of course, is still on the rise in key sectors, especially housing and healthcare. Interest rates have been raised to try to curb inflation, but it's creating ripple effects throughout the economy. More and more people are finding it hard to keep up with rising rent and mortgage payments, making it harder for the first-time buyers, indeed, to enter the market. Economic experts are advising caution moving into the holiday season, as spending habits are expected, of course, to shift now that the holidays are right around the corner. Thanksgiving is coming up, and then Christmas, I feel like it just pops right around the corner, right? Real quick, I want to go into France. France is on preparation right now for war. And we will return in less than 30 seconds. Please stay tuned. And if you're not yet subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. It's free to do. That's how we support each other here. Please hold. So a lot of things are happening with France right now. I'm trying to make sure that I give you all the latest indeed, so then there's nothing being missed. Bear with me. My internet sometimes is slow. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right. So this information is going to matter. I appreciate you all being here. By the way, everybody who's taking a pit stop in, I know you guys got other things to do, right? But thank you for taking a pit stop in. But I believe that this information is going to be important in about a few days or so. So here's what's going on in France right now. I'm going to do a quick run through it just so everybody knows, and always remember that everything that happens across the globe affects us in one way or another. Last week or 2 weeks ago, right, wasn't Yellow Man discussing on how Mamdani was the worst thing that can ever happen to New York and this and that, and now he's shaking hands with him. So you can see that things and situations and dynamics change like overnight. Anywho, so in France right now, political instability is deepening. France is in a major political crisis. Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu is heading a minority government, making it hard to pass key reforms. There are ongoing no confidence threats. Both left-wing and far-right parties are challenging the government. Macron has publicly urged political forces to work towards stability, warning against exploiting the instability. As far as their pension is concerned, French lawmakers voted to suspend the controversial pension reform that would have raised the retirement age to 64. As a result, the minimum retirement age stays at 62 years and 9 months until after the 2027 presidential election. This concession was made to win left-wing support for the broader government budget. Okay. And why does this matter most of all? Well, this is a high-stakes moment. The government's fragile position threatens both its reform agenda and France's economic credibility. As well, social policy, pensions, energy is being shaped by crisis, not long-term planning, and Macron is playing a long game by stalling pension reform and pushing space strategy. He's trying to balance immediate political risk with future strategic goals. Investors are indeed cautiously optimistic, but markets could turn if political instability intensifies. We will return in less than 10 seconds. That's a lie. Less than 1 minute. All right, some important news for some folks here. Ukraine signs letter of intent for 100 French Rafale jets, okay? French Rafale jets. Rafale jets spelled R-A-F-A-L-E. So that could be Rafale, Rafale, depending on how you pronounce it. Now, Ukraine plans to buy up to 100 Rafale fighter jets along with SAMP/T air defense systems, drones, and other military equipment from France. This deal is being framed as a historic step to modernize Ukraine's air power. However, funding remains uncertain. It is not yet a binding contract, and the full purchase over 10 years depends on financial mechanisms that haven't been fully secured. Now, Russia is criticizing the deal, accusing France of fueling the war, end quote. Now, as far as Russia is concerned, Russian military advances continue and drone attacks. According to Russia, its forces have captured several settlements in eastern Ukraine, the Donetsk region, and nearby regions. Russia reportedly launched 115 attack drones overnight, including, quote, Shahed or Shahid, end quote, types. Ukraine says that its air defenses shot down many, but some still hit civilian infrastructure in several regions, like Chernihiv, Dnipro, Kharkiv, and Odessa region. There are also reports that 5,000 Ukrainian troops are currently trapped on the eastern bank of the Oskil River, per the Kremlin. All right. Now, Ukrainian intelligence claims that Russia intends to massively ramp up production of glide bombs, also known as KABs, including a newer, longer-range version. These glide bombs are especially dangerous because they can be released from a safe distance. Jets don't have to fly close to enemy air defenses. Now, as far as Ukrainian drone strikes in Crimea, Ukraine's special operation forces say that they use long-range drones to hit oil depots and logistical facilities in Russian-occupied Crimea. One of the struck targets was a large oil storage tank called the RVS-400, which Ukraine claims was destroyed. Russia launched a massive drone and missile attack that hit substations supplying nuclear power plants, according to Ukrainian officials, and these strikes caused widespread power outages, raising nuclear safety concerns. In Ternopil, the apartment strike, a recent Russian strike on apartment buildings in Ternopil, or Ternopil, that's in western Ukraine, killed at least 31 people, including children, and left dozens injured or missing. This is one of the deadliest attacks in western Ukraine since the war escalated. Going real quick back to Russia real quick, Russia's chief of staff says its troops are making gains near several key points like Volchansk, Krasnoyarsk, Siversk, and Kupiansk. There are reports that Russia tested a nuclear-powered cruise missile called Burevestnik, which could dramatically change strategic risk. So what are some post-war plans that are emerging right now? French President Macron, remember I told you that France would be important again. Okay, French President Macron says that 26 countries have pledged to send troops to Ukraine after the war, forming a reassurance force, or quote, reassurance force, unquote, to help stabilize Ukraine and deter future aggression. Some experts argue that the deal for the Rafale jets isn't just about current war needs, it's about building long-term deterrence against Russia. All right, we will return to finish up with the horoscopes for the night. All right, folks. I personally like this part because it takes our mind a little bit off of everything that's happening, correct? Indeed. All right. So For Aries, if you are Aries, if you were born between March 21st and April 19th, you are Aries. We are talking horoscopes to finish up the night tonight. Today is Saturday. So we're just being a little bit extra, a little bit fun, a little bit exotic, shall I say. So if you are Aries, we're just starting horoscopes to end the broadcast tonight. So if you are Aries and you were born March 21st to April 19th, you are Aries. Today brings fast-moving conversations and unexpected news, and you may feel pulled in two directions, but don't rush decisions, Aries. If you are Aries and you're listening, if you're watching, don't rush your decisions today. A sibling or a friend may need your insight. Stay flexible. A quick shift leads to a lucky break. Don't rush decisions, period, right? Okay, now we're moving on to Taurus. All the Taurus out there that were born April 20th to May 20th. You are a Taurus indeed, and money and stability are on your mind. Today favors reorganizing finances or renegotiating something that hasn't felt fair. A candid conversation reveals someone's true intentions. Trust practicality over charm. Okay, folks? So even though money and stability may be on your mind, Taurus, remember that it's good to reorganize your finances, but don't let that overtake your day. Don't let it overtake your life. Money is not everything. It is not. Let's move on to Geminis. If you are a Gemini, you were born May 21st to June 20th. The moon in your sign sharpens your wit and intuition. So today feels busy but exciting, Gemini. You may attract attention without trying, so be careful not to overcommit. One, yes, too many leads to stress later. So if you continue to say yes, if you continue to accept everything, Gemini, you might stress yourself out. So if you're a Gemini, lay low, relax yourself, take it easy. All right. So we're going to go into Cancer. All right. If you were born June 21st to July 22nd, you are craving quiet, but the world may keep knocking on your door. Set boundaries early in the day. A private realization or message helps you close an emotional chapter. Listen to your inner voice because it's right. All right. So Leos, if you were born July 23rd to August 22nd, social energy is high. You may receive an invite, maybe an opportunity or a compliment that boosts your confidence. Collaborative projects will shine, and just try to avoid some drama. Someone may try to pull you into their issues, but stay above that. Now, Virgos, that is me. If you are a Virgo, you were born August 23rd to September 22nd. Work or career matters demand attention. You may be recognized for something you thought went unnoticed, but stay organized. Details matter today. A public or online interaction could open a surprising door. I wonder. All right. Now, Libra, if you are a Libra, you were born September 23rd to October 22nd, adventurous call. Even in small ways, you're craving something different, Libra, a change in scenery, learning, or inspiration. Conversations bring clarity, especially around travel or future plans. Follow your curiosity. Now, if you're Scorpio, you were born October 23rd to November 21st, and today highlights intimacy, resources, and hidden feelings. Someone may confess something, or you may feel ready to speak your truth. Who knows? You're sharper than usual. Trust your instincts on people and motives. And if you're a Sagittarius, you were born November 22nd to December 21st. Happy birthday season. Partnerships are highlighted. Today may bring a balancing moment between you and another person. Pay attention to what someone is really saying, and new connections feel promising. Now, we have about 3 more folks to go. We have Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So hang out real quick. We'll be done, folks, very shortly. If you're Capricorn, you were born December 22nd to January 19th. And today, specifically today, your horoscope says that it's a productive day, but you need to pace yourself. You may feel the urge to reorganize your schedule or health routines. A small change you make today could bring long-term benefits, so don't ignore your body's signals. If you're Aquarius, you were born January 20th to February 18th. Creative and romantic energy is strong. A spark may ignite either a new idea or a new attraction. So have fun, express yourself, and don't overthink. Someone may surprise you with attention or support. And our last horoscope for the night, if you were waiting around, is Pisces. You were born February 19th to March 20th. Home, comfort, and family issues are center stage, man. You may be rearranging your space or discussing future plans with loved ones, but emotions are running high today, Pisces. So if you stay clear, that means keep your clarity, okay? It comes through honest conversation. Clarity comes through honest conversation. So I thank you all for joining me today. I'm Pavio G, your host, and I thank you all for hanging out through War Notes. I'm going to let you all do your life and do your thing, and I thank you all for hanging out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so. It is free to do. That's how we support each other here on this platform. Thank you all so very much. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye now.